pass the goalkeeper, put the ball in with the left foot, and then to take position for that safety.
Welcome on the show Sports of the on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Our ladies are battle ready, both the under 17 and also under 20. For the fact that they are going to the World Cup, Colombia and also Dominican Republic for the under 17 and also the under 20 ladies. As we speak right now, under 17 are in camp already. 35 of them invited by their coach, Okoye, while the coach of under 20, Falconets, already with them over there in Colombia, and they are ready. But before they do that, they need to quickly play some friendlies. FIFA under 20 Women's World Cup, Falconets to fix Mexico, Australia in friendlies. According to NFL President Ibrahim Gusso saying, well, the ladies need to at least get some fine-tuning concerning their games that they'll be playing, and to let you know that they'll be facing Mexico and also Australia ahead of the matches they'll be playing in Group D. They are actually grouping that Group D alongside other teams. Let's look at the Group D where they will be playing. Before then, they will face Mexico and also Australia. Nigeria will face Germany, Venezuela and Korea Republic, and from the way it is, Venezuela and Mexico, at least they are in the same zone, so that one will go together. And for Australia, our ladies are battle ready to see how they will also do well in those friendly games. So Nigeria, Germany, Venezuela, Korea Republic, they will be the one to play together in Group D of the under 20 Women's World Cup coming up in Colombia. As we speak right now, they are in Colombia and they will get their acts together for 2 weeks before the main event to happen alongside Germany, Venezuela, and Korea Republic. Well, right now, join us all to talk sport this hour. From Kaduna, we have Joseph Peter. Good to have you, Joseph.
Having me.
Okay, and we also have Noel Something join us in the studio. Good to have you, Noel.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay, so right now we run through the story. Let's start with the first one. That has to do with the Falconets playing the friendlies with Mexico and also Australia. The two games will be coming up before they play the Group D matches. And the good thing is that, according to NFF, the ladies are ready for this friendlies. Let's start with you, Joseph. For the fact that they have been given the chance or the opportunity to play against Mexico and Australia, that will help our team to prepare ahead of Germany, Venezuela, and Korea Republic, I'm very sure.
That's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer for any team that is going for any kind of tournament to prepare, not just by training, but also engaging themselves in some form of competition that would fine-tune them, like you said, for the tournament. And this one is no different. We hope that the necessary backing that they need to participate well and perform well it has been given to them, and then we want to see maybe a glimpse of what they have for us to what they have for us in the tournament. So this is an opportunity for them, and I hope they get to use it, and also not just to show glimpse, but to correct mistakes prior to this particular tournament. This is the time, this is the chance or opportunity for them to play and see where they need to correct, what they need to add, where they need to, what they need to balance. The coach gets to understand his team and, find balance from his squad. So it's a whole lot of benefits that will come out from this particular friendly. So it's actually a very, very good move. We wish them the very best in the tournament anyway.
Wishing them the best in the tournament, playing against Australia and Mexico. I think to some extent I love this because it will help them. Like Joseph said, it's no brainer. They need it. They really need to fine-tune themselves playing against these nations.
Yeah, so apart from playing against these nations, they are very good footballing nations, and apart from that, it's going to give according to what Joseph said, it's going to give the coach and the players to know where what they have been lacking, where they are lacking, and how to try to make sure they go further in the competition. And one thing again, these players should play safe and not get yourself injured, because as some of them will know, okay, probably they might not make the first 11, so they want to just try to impress, and in the presence of impressing, they might get injured.
Injury will come.
So they should just try and play the coach should just try to tell them, either you make the first 11 or you don't make the first 11. You are in the team already, so just try and play the game the way you could play, but make sure they should improve on the pass. If they should improve on their passes and how to score goals and every other aspect of the game.
Well, seriously, it's good for under 20 women and also the under 17. The under 17, as we speak, they are in camp. 35 of them have been given invitation by Coach Okoye, and they are before due to be pulled down. At least for the first phase of the campaign, they will be able to gel together and let them pick the best. And for the under 20, they are already in Colombia, and they really need to fine-tune themselves. But the two guests have been able to talk about it, that they really need it to get their acts together against Mexico and also Australia before they face Venezuela, Germany, and also Korea Republic in Group D of the Under-20 World Cup coming up in Colombia. They are wishing them the best, and hopefully they need to come back. We know that we've been doing so well when it comes to the underage football tournament, Under-17, Under-20, and for the Super Falcons, this is the time to begin to see how they can inject new blood from these stages, Under-17, Under-20. The best of them should begin to get call up to the senior national team, and we've seen the likes of Deborah Abiodun being able to make that cut, and right now beginning to look inward also by getting other better players in the under-20, under-17 to represent us in the senior category, because if you check the strength of Super Falcons is really dropping, not as fast or strong like before. One of those days when we play against other teams, we got up there 9-0, 5-0, but now we are struggling to even beat 2-1, 1-0, 2-2 and all that in Africa, and we used to be the real queen of Africa. We need to get back to that level by getting new blood into our team. So for the under-20, under-17, the coaches do better to make sure they fine-tune themselves ahead of this World Cup coming up there. Well, we're talking about the World Cup right now. We know that our league football will be starting by 31st of August, and all the teams are fine-tuning themselves by buying players, signing players, week in, week out. And in fact, as we speak right now, a team from Benue State, Lobby Stars, should get size, as they call them. They signed 15 players, 15 new signings, making the cut for Lobby Stars. We've seen several clubs in Nigeria signing so many players just to make sure they are battle ready for the new season, 2024-2025 season, where they'll be jostling for 200 million naira, whooping some of money by the MPF organizers. And as it is, Lobby Stars have actually joined the fray there, and they've signed 15 players. Let's look at the list of those players that have been signed. And they did something. They went back to get some young players from the grassroots. Goalkeeper Okoye was signed from Gombe United. Matthew Marize from Abia Warriors. Babatunde from Aqua United. Jide Williams from Bende Insurance. Valentine Giga from Gombe United. You have Ifeanyi Assurance from Bayelsa United. Shegun Oluwatoba from Ijebu United. While Jimmy Iteji from Plateau United also made the cut of the new player signed by Lobby Stars. Samuel Aneafo from Doma United. 5 grassroots stars include Adoya Venga Japheth from Macaulay local government, Tena Peter from Boko local government, Kongbeda Joseph from Vandenkia local government, Ilega Besima Tokuma Gwenkwe from Macaulay and Boko local government, trying to see how they can add players from the grassroots to their team. That's a good one. At least they may need to add extra 5 to the 15 players they acquired. And it's always good, as we've been calling that, teams or clubs should look downward or inward rather by getting players from the grassroots, and that's what they've done. Looking inward, they've been able to get players who are from the grassroots, 5 of them to join the remaining 10 they signed, and let's see where Lobby Stars will actually go this season. Joseph, a good one from Lobby, trying to see how, in fact, you look at the player they signed, 10 players from professional clubs, and now they went to check and buy, sign rather, extra 5 from the grassroots football. That's a good one there, right?
A very good one from them. You know, looking at where Loki last season, they didn't do really bad. They did quite okay last season. Still, yet they deemed it fit to go get 10 players from the league and then 5 grassroots players just to beef up their team. And another thing they've done is to, you know, kind of put touching, maybe like I would call it maintenance to their stadium. That is actually commendable too, because they did a lot of, you know, fixing to their stadium there over there in Makurdi. So that's a good thing. They are trying to, you know, refresh everything. I would call this an overhaul instead of, you know, just a normal signing, because 10 players or 15 players are not small number. That's like almost more than half of a squad. So I'm very, very sure that they have something up their sleeves that they would love to achieve this year, and I can only wish them the best. And for the younger players that were signed from the grassroots, that's a good movement. You know, it tends to help them grow. You know, you see them develop and, you know, learn from the older ones that are already in the league. So, in totality, whatever Lobby has done so far has been a great thing, and I think other clubs too should look to copy, especially from the aspect of injecting young blood from the grassroots, and also the stadium thing.
Okay, good one there. Now, still talking about lobby stars, we know that other teams also they've done the same thing, and they can still sign. The league be starting by 31st of August, and that's why they've actually decided to look inward and also outside the edge of the team to get players from Ijebu United, Plateau United, Bayelsa, Bende Insurance, and more of that to get new players. Talking about lobby stars.
That's a very good one for them. But another thing I would like to chip in, because the other guys have said most of the things, is that how quality are these players they signed. It's not about signing 10 players or signing 15 players, but do they add value to the team, to the present team? Okay, they did they did okay for last season, but did they add the people they added to the team? Are they people that can add value to the team, or people that will what? They try to destabilize the team, and I'm sure if they could add 15 players to the team, I'm sure many players would have gone. Many players they could have probably sold a head contract of some players also. But bringing 10 players, 15 players to the team, how quality are these players? Are they good enough? Are they going to improve the team? Are they going to add value to the team? And the very nice one again, bringing players from the grassroots, 5 of them, and it's very fantastic, which I want other clubs also to emulate.
Okay, well, that's it for Lobby Stars there, for the fact that they were able to sign 15 players, 10 professional players, and they also got 5 from grassroots level, so they can bolster their team for next season. And the start is actually edging closer and closer, and they want to see how they'll be better. For this season, 200 million stake for 20 teams. They'll be going home and away. Who stays up and who goes down for the MPFL is getting better every time, and hopefully we'll get there where Nigeria too also begins to make way in the CAF interclub competitions, both CAF Confederation and also CAF Champions League. We want to get back to that level where most clubs that face it, they are always afraid. And also not forgetting national teams. We want to get back to that fear factor time when Super Eagles, Super Falcons are the talk of the town across Africa. Quickly, we move over because it's season of transfer here and there, and we've seen coaches resigning, coaches getting sacked and all that. Even before the season starts, some coaches actually left some club. But right now, the man I've seen the business of football for a very long time, his name is Thierry Henry. Henry right now has resigned his position as the under-21 coach of France after, following the Olympic success. No one saw that coming, was able to push them, and they almost won gold, even though it didn't happen. But for me, I'm seeing a different thing. But first of all, let's hear from you. Thierry Henry resigns as France under-21 manager following Olympic success.
Well, I think probably he has a target because
maybe a club is coming for him.
Probably, but I don't think he has a quite. This should be the most successful time in his coaching career, because I know he coached Monaco. He didn't do well. Then he was an assistant to Martinez at the Belgian national team there. Also, although Martinez is still there, since for Martinez, he went there to Monaco, and now I think this is the most successful
time for him in his career as a coach. Yeah,
coming second in the Olympics. So I think a club probably might have called him, but I think if I were to be Henry, I could have stayed with the national with the under-23 team a little bit and try to just build my coaching skills a much more, because that of if actually he resigned because a club called him, then the pressure is much. I don't think to me I don't think he's that ready enough for that kind of pressure.
So he just stay with the countryside.
Yes, for now, before he can go to the private club level.
For Thierry Henry, at least I'm seeing he's looking more buff. He's looking stronger and bigger, and fitter than when he was even playing football.
Probably he's using much of the gym now.
Oh my goodness! Look at Thierry Henry. Like what's the name of this player?
Yeah, with the tattoo.
Thierry, in fact. There was this particular coach I saw ref was a ref.
Yeah, well good.
Someone said if they burn
you say if he gives you a yellow card.
Seriously.
Okay, you don't say okay.
So Joseph, you can see Thierry Henry there, even though yes, we know the story is that he has actually dropped the baton there as a coach of under-21, but Henry is looking set to be one of these maybe he's coming to Arsenal, who knows?
No, Arteta will do. Arteta is doing quite well, and even though he is our legend, we really love Henry. I know if you're an Arsenal fan, you love Henry. I'm sure that the decision he made, is it's to his advantage. I mean, nobody will take a decision to his disadvantage. And I'm pretty sure that he knows what he is doing. We know the saying that one should bow out when the occasion is the loudest and all that. When the ovation is the loudest, I believe this is just a case of such, because if another club had called Henry, then we would have known by now. But I'm not sure any other club has called him. I feel like just not a challenge he's willing to take for long. He prefers club football. We all know that. He has been an assistant at various cases in various situations and has done well. So I beg to differ when people say he does not have the experience to to go through the pressure that comes along with being a club coach, because we've seen the kinds of Arteta. Somebody like Arteta, who just from an assistant became a coach. Maresca. So there are just so many without any form of experience, becoming coaches. Even the current Van Nistelrooy supporting, assisting Ten Hag was a coach at Holland, and he didn't have experience. We saw the likes of Rooney and even lesser players with lesser, prowess during their own time become coaches and do quite well. So I'm very, very sure that Thierry Henry took a best decision for himself. He does not want to continue as a national team coach. He only wanted club football, and maybe something would come in the future. But I don't really think this is about him leaving for another club.
Okay, well, at least we are wishing Thierry Henry the best in his career after dropping the baton as the coach of under 21 for French there. But from the way it is right now, let's talk about your team. Yes, Arsenal, from the way it is, Wolves offers to sign Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale on loan. Are you happy with this, Joseph?
I am very, very happy. I'm happy. The reason why I'm very happy is we were not exactly happy as Arsenal fans when Mikel Arteta decided to drop Aaron Ramsdale in place for Raya. Now that an opportunity is coming for him to actually go and be the first team goalkeeper that he is worthy to be, is a good thing for him. Even though we would lose, the challenge or the competitive edge that is pushing Raya. Because anytime Raya looks at the bench and sees who is sitting on the bench, I'm quite sure that he is not willing to slip up in any way. So we will lose that competitive edge. But on a personal note, Aaron Ramsdale deserves to be a number one goalkeeper in whichever team he is playing, considering his recent performances prior to the coming in of Raya. He has been doing excellently well. He wasn't dropped because he's not a good goalkeeper. He was dropped only because he's not very good with his feet, which is a common trend. But even at that, it's not as if he does bad. But he's not just as good on the feet, just like Raya is good. So that's why he has been dropped. And I fully support him that he should go to another club and do what we have always known him to be doing.
Okay, well, we're actually looking at some transfer gossips there because of the fact that right now that's what is in vogue. A lot of players are moving in and out, and some are going on loan for Ramsdale. According to an Arsenal fan, Joseph Peter, well, he's happy that Ramsdale is being pursued by Wolverhampton, and if everything goes well, he should go on loan to that club. And while we're talking about some transfer gossip there, we have a player, Lo Celso. Well, from the way it is, Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso is attracting interest for Aston Villa, Real Betis, and Roma.
It's a very fantastic player, and I think he hasn't had that much of play time in what called in Tottenham also. So I think he should go to another team, but I think he should still stay in the Premier League, which is Aston Villa.
Staying with Premier League, Aston Villa, well, better for him according to you. Real Betis and Roma, 3-1 for him, from Spain, from Italy, and also from England, going for Giovanni Lo Celso. If everything goes well, he'll be pitching his stand with one there. If his service with Tottenham is now reduced concerning transfer gossip there. Quickly, let's talk about our own. Maduka Okoye, since moving to Udinese in Italia and Serie A, seems to have gotten his groove back, and now Okoye has extended his contract with Udinese for the next 4 years. Good one for Okoye. Quickly, looking at this, Okoye seems to be getting better with Udinese.
Yeah, and when he was actually in Watford in England, and I'm not sure he played any competitive match with them before he went to Udinese. And since he's been there, he has been fantastic, making saves, creating records for himself. And I'm really happy that at least one of our keepers is actually in the top club in Europe and doing well. And for them giving a contract extension to 2028, it shows that the guy has been fantastic and have the trust in him. So all the best to Okoye.
for Maduka Okoye, another 4 years, wishing him the best there, and hopefully we also transform what he's doing with Udinese best with Super Eagles. At least let there be competition between him and our Wabali. That will be a tough one. At least we have the best of the best. It's always a good one when we have competition. Our team in those days, when each wing, we always see competition, but it's getting so easy now. Players just roll in, so we want to at least erase that for Okoye, Wabali, and any other goalkeeper. If they are giving the nod to be the goalkeeper, they will know that they deserve it because they always want to compete for that particular position there. Now, before we go, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. Well, right now, Osimhen's case is getting a bit slow when it comes to transfer, moving to PSG, didn't work out. Now we have Chelsea. But according to his coach, Conte says, I'm a spectator in Osimhen's case. Joseph Peter, Osimhen's deal, even though we know that it seems that Chelsea could get him on loan or what, we don't know what's happening. It seems to be dragging, but according to what we had, just the feel we got before we entered the studio, says that it's possible that Osimhen's signature with Chelsea could actually take a longer time before it will be done. But before the end of the season, he could be moving to Chelsea if everything goes well, but he could be on loan.
A couple of deal breakers that are not coming through. One that is, obvious is his salary. He's on a high salary at Napoli there, and then the release clause. The release clause is very, very much high. No club is willing to fork out that kind of money right now to sign any kind of player. If you observe the transfer market this year, you would see that there is no, that high money, too much money signing in the window. Totally, completely. There has not been anyone. The only one that has been talked about, obviously, would have been, the arrest signing to Atletico Madrid, and even that did not used to, match what clubs used to spend to get strikers or players. So that's actually what is the sticking point right now that is delaying the deal, and the fact that Chelsea themselves, before they can sign, they will need to do not have the money, but just to meet the FFP rules, they need to, sign some players, and that deal needs to be worked out. I think it has to be a loan, like you agreed. It can't be an outright sale because the price is just too high. So Conte is actually right. This whole debacle started before he came to the club, right? And he's just a spectator. And Osimhen is not trading with him, so he has any kind of control to play Osimhen or not to play Osimhen. So he's just going to be on the standby. But it's very obvious that Osimhen is not going to play for Napoli again, no matter what happens. Between now and the end of the transfer, we'll see what happens. Is it going to be the Chelsea? Would it go back to PSG, or would another club try to take advantage of what is happening, and snatch him? We will all see that later in the transfer.
Coming from Joseph Peter there. Well, just for you to chip in something as a Chelsea fan. I know you want to say something concerning this briefly.
Yeah, well, all we want is we want a striker. Okay. And I think the best available striker in the market which Chelsea can get now, apart from Jackson, is Osimhen. So either loan or main deal, the shot should come. Then probably after the season, they will try to look for other means of maybe making the deal permanent or what, but it should just come, because for what we watched on Sunday against Chelsea Manchester City, it's going to be a long way for Chelsea season.
Right, from the way it is right now, the Blues just have to get the signature of the man they want. If they really want Osimhen, let them go for Osimhen, either on loan or permanently, according to that's Noel Sampson there. And for yourself, Peter, well, anywhere it goes right now, let's see how it goes. Maybe another club will take advantage of the whole situation and get his signature. For Victor Osimhen, Napoli right now seems not to be the place, because even if he gets back, he's going to drop really, because his mind seems to be out from the city of Naples there. Well, that's it on the show. Sport Update. We talked with Joseph Peter. Joseph Peter, Arsenal. Well, before we wrap it up, your team, they were able to win their game. I'm sure you are in cloud 9, right?
Let me give you a quick tip. Arsenal is going to win the Premier League. Manchester City will win the FA Cup. Then Chelsea will win the Conference League. Okay. Let's just end it like that.
Seriously, Arsenal, Premier League.
Yes, I'm very positive. I predicted everything that happened the last 2 seasons. I told you Arsenal were going to compete. They did. I told you Arsenal will compete till the end. They did. Now I'm telling you, Arsenal will win this league. Just watch and see. By May, you can play this recording again.
Who wins the Champions League?
No, the Champions League is going to be won by Madrid. It's always Madrid. My hands are up there.
I want to wait to end the show there. Joseph Peter, thank you so much for joining us from Kaduna.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, at least a good one to end it without laughter. No, Samson, thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine.
Adeniyi Ajisafe, sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.